Hey Scorpio, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and we are talking all about celebrating joy and the little things to give. It puts everything in perspective, and you know, the joy doesn't mean anything without the things that suck and are hard, and those things, life would be too much if it was all that and not the joy. So you have to give over to the celebration of the little things, and to, with the Seven of Swords, not withhold that from yourself at this time. So I'm using Enchanted Blossoms and Tarot of the Magical Forest. I have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. They're timestamped below, so you can skip to the one or more than one that you feel like is calling to you. These are general, so if you would like a personal reading, I do those in an email format, and my Etsy page is linked below so you can see what I have to offer there. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I am really close to 50 subscribers, so I'm really happy and grateful to all of you. And once I hit 50, I'm going to do a big gratitude reading with several pick-a-cards for different themes and stuff. And that'll be fun. Okay, anyway, stack 1. You have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Wands is a celebration. So that's a really good synchronicity there. And compassion. These are so pretty. I'll hold that up just for a second because it's so dang pretty. All right, so frame. There we go. Okay. So with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, there's like less tension, less on your plate, but it feels a little bit like it's unwelcome, like there's a slack in the system, that it's like you prefer everything in its place, humming along, and here comes like a wrench causing things to get kind of janky, like a belt that was tight and perfect and everything was humming along, and now it's kind of loose, and so there's like a bump in it. It's not quite right because of something that has gotten loose in the system. And so you are being invited to see how this gap has been created on purpose for you to fill and not to just cause problems. So there is this space where you are doing less, and you aren't doing anything wrong by doing less. I think sometimes we really do celebrate that busyness and celebrate not having any time. And we say, oh, I don't have time, like somehow it's virtuous to not have any free time. And like, oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't read anymore. I'm like, oh, I wish, like somehow there's like this passive aggressive, I wish I had the luxury to take all this time, but at the same time, I'm better than you because I don't. It's really kind of gross how we do that in our culture sometimes. And so anyway, there is no reason to be hard on yourself for not making the most of this time, because it's telling me here that you enjoy the shit out of it, even though at the onset it may have felt like an irritation and it was unwelcome and it wasn't life as you prefer it or life as you've known it, but it's saying that it is probably not going to last. And so to enjoy it and to celebrate it and let it be the vacation that you didn't plan on. Okay, stack, come on now, 2. You have Strength in reverse, 6 of Cups, and Ambition. I love ambition with all the yellow that's here. Very, what is that, the solar plexus chakra? I didn't remember. All right, so I'm looking at the 6 of Cups here. Think back to what you wanted to be when you grew up. And now zoom out from whatever that title or label is, what the actual profession was, and tap into what was it that you wanted to achieve by being that? Who was it that you wanted to help? What is it that you wanted to receive in exchange? What is it that you wanted to feel by being that profession or that thing or that person? What were your ideals and your values that led you to want to be that? And so now, what was it that roared louder than all of that? What railroaded you? What seemed more important or more pressing than all of those things? And now, how does that compare now to that thing that you wanted to accomplish, that thing that at the time, well, now, that thing that is so much bigger than yourself. So with the Seven of Swords, it feels as though almost this thing may have been taken from you in some way. Like I think I used the word railroading a second ago, and that's what I mean. Like you were railroaded out of this thing that you wanted. But there's an opportunity here to explore that again, and that's what you're being invited to celebrate and to think about and to do at this time, and to not to withhold that energy from yourself and withhold those thoughts and that exploration, because that might be a new possibility at this time. Stack 3, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and Grace. So with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it feels as though you were well on your way to receiving success, something that you really wanted, and it all came to like this screeching halt. Something that just slammed on the brakes right before it could fall into your hands. Like there was something like the mice in the Lenormand deck, like something was just something unseen below the surface, chewing on the wires, or like termites or something, just something kind of below the surface, messing with everything until just the floor fell in. It feels a little bit like, it's reminding me of all the weddings that have had to be canceled right now because of the virus and whatnot, and not being able to have gatherings. And so there are a lot of people that are having to cancel their weddings. And so that's what this feels like. So with the Grace here, there is a route to joy and celebration. It's just not going to be celebrated where you wanted, when you wanted, with who you wanted. It's not going to look the same. But there's an invitation here to celebrate that, even if it's not your dream come true celebration party with the exact accoutrement and trapping, and it's like this vision that you had, it's not going to look like that. But at the same time, you're still celebrating your love, you're still celebrating your connections, and you're still amazing, and you still have so much that you can be grateful for. And so how can you remember that the adventure and the ride is what life is all about? And maybe you aren't starting off, if you think about it, and this is, I'm using this metaphorically as an example, and you can apply this to whatever it is your situation is, but like a wedding is this, like this fairy tale. It's almost like life in reverse. Like you're starting off your life in something that is like a culminating, like with Four of Swords. Okay, so this celebration is reminding me of the Four of Wands card, which is like it's an ending and a beginning, like you can start or end with a party, but it marks a milestone. It marks a transition kind of, but a celebration. So we tend to celebrate our love at the beginning of our lives together. It's almost in reverse. Instead of at the end of our lives having a wedding that are celebrating, throwing a party that we made it this far together. We had such a beautiful life. Although I guess they do that when you have like 50-year anniversaries and stuff. That's what anniversaries are for. But anyway, so all of this is doing is turning that around, where you're starting off your love and your life together in kind of a dark time, in a weird time, but you're going to make it through together and grow together and have something, a success to celebrate later on. And so it's going to be about being able to go with the flow and ride the waves of this and spin it around and see that this is what life is all about, and how your life is you're going to weather whatever this is and have something to celebrate as an outcome, rather than starting the process with a celebration that looks a certain way, that is more about the appearances than the actual celebration of itself. So it's almost like you're having to go through something first, and then you'll have that achievement to celebrate after it's all over. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.